Welcome to the...
Why, hello again, and welcome back to another super hot fire AFK solo episode. Today we are diving back into the New Year's celebration and reliving the epicness of the Ninja New Year's event. I'll be sharing my take on how it all went down and what's got me hyped for the next Ninja New Year's bash. But first off, we have to address the elephant in the room. The Lions are in the playoffs, baby. Hell yeah. Buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. All right, let's hop in. Let's just jump right into it. All right, let's talk to the meat and potatoes, okay? Let's rip into all things Detroit Lions. Let's talk about the Dallas game real quick. All right, everyone out there, we all know, we all understand, if you understand football, that Taylor Decker checked in. He checked in. The silly ref, Brad Allen, thought it was someone else. We went for it on 2 to win the game. And then 20 minutes later, a flag comes down and says that it was an ineligible man downfield. Now, listen, I'm not saying that Jerry Jones made a phone call, right? Pressed his little big red button and said, hold on now. We can't have the Lions having a chance to get the number 1 seed in the NFC. So let's just redo this. And we can talk about this. I'm over it, right? This is me just addressing it on my platform. I just letting everyone else know I'm over it. We clinched the playoffs. We won our division for the first time since 1993, 1999, something ridiculous. We haven't been in the playoffs since Stafford, and we haven't won a game in over 30 years, I think, in the playoffs. This has huge implications for us. And, winning the division, I predicted us to win the division earlier in the year. I predicted us to go undefeated in the division too, by the way. It was like one of our bold predictions. So I have a sports show as well with my brothers and Kurt Benkert every Wednesday. At the very beginning of the season, we all had to make a bold prediction, right? There's just no way it's going to happen, but let's make it anyways. And I said that the Lions are going to go undefeated in the division and win the division. I'll take 1 out of 2. I can't tell you the last time we won the division. That's our second flag that is now up at Ford Field. They just hung it up. They're showing pictures everywhere. It's incredible. And I've never been more excited, man. We look amazing. We have some top defenders right now. Some incredible players, some key players, by the way, that are coming back just in the nick of time, right? For the final game against the Vikings, which would be nice. I think we still have a chance at the 2 seed, but it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we have home field advantage no matter what for the first game. And we have to, I don't care about home field advantage all the way up until, the division, right? Until the division finals. I don't care, right? We have to beat, we're going to have to beat incredible teams to make it to further in the playoffs and obviously to win the Super Bowl. So home field advantages and everything. I'm excited we're here. I think we can win the first game. It's either going to be the Rams or probably the Packers, which is pretty crazy. There's a very small chance it's the Seahawks. But, I'm going to the first game. It's going to be lit. And I mean, they're obviously going to be probably playing the Niners. Let's say we win, right? Let's say our first match is against the Rams, which means that Stafford would have to come back to Detroit and play us at our home field. He comes back to Ford Field. And dude, my brother John said this, man. He said, imagine if Stafford's final gift was a playoff win, but not on our team. Right? He goes to the Rams, wins the Super Bowl, comes back to Detroit, somehow loses the game or throws the game. His last gift to the Lions, dude. Oh, our first playoff win. I think Jared Goff could do it, man. Our offensive line is one of the best in the NFL. If we play around it, play around pressure, use our 2 amazing running backs, Wamba, Combo, Montgomery, and Gibbs, and make sure we get Laporta and Amon-Ra just early in the mix, just get them involved. We're a scary team on offense. We're scary. And our defense has been looking incredible. We held Dallas to 20 points last week. At home, Dallas has been averaging 30 plus points a game, 40 points a game or something ridiculous. They were undefeated at home as well, 7-0. And again, we should have won. I'm feeling good. We're finally getting Waymo Williams. Jameson Williams is getting heavily involved, not just in, sprints down the field as a distraction, right? And Hail Marys to him. We're doing reverse sweeps with JMO, and he's one of the fastest players on our team. He is the fastest player on our team. Laporta on pace for break. I think he's 1 reception away from breaking the rookie tight end receptions. Then he's just dominating, absolutely dominating. I mean, dude, Khalif Raymond, literally all of our all of our wide receivers are talented, and it's very, very scary. It's very exciting. Jahmyr Gibbs has been averaging about 50 yards plus a game and almost averaging a touchdown a game, which is incredible for Jahmyr. Like, finally getting him involved. We love to see it. The wombo combo between him and Montgomery is lethal. It's elite. Penei Sewell only had two rushes. So he had like 20 matchups, over 20 matchups, 22 lineups with Micah Parsons, and only 2 of them, Micah Parsons got like pressure on Jared Goff. Penei Sewell's one of the best to ever do it. Everyone here, I'm telling you, we're all kicking it into overdrive, dude. I think we can go further than a lot of people think. And I think that loss against Dallas, hear me out. I think that this loss against Dallas was massive. Dan Campbell wanted to win this game. Even when we had a penalty that took us back 5 yards and then another penalty that brought us up a couple yards, he didn't care. He wanted to win this game. He thought that our boys could do it. He didn't want it to go into OT. He wanted to beat Dallas. And by the way, we should have beat it. Like, you know what I mean? Think about that. Everyone's so mad that he kept going for 2 instead of just kicking the field goal and going for overtime, or kicking the extra point going in for OT. It's like, in his head, if it was within 10 yards, we wanted to win this game. And I love that. Obviously, I don't think we're going to do that in the playoffs. And even if we do it in the playoffs, you know what? No, I lied. We better not do that in the playoffs. I don't know. I think we're going to do playoff Dan Campbell. We're going to see how ballsy playoff Dan Campbell is. Because we know that he has the balls to do it in regular season games. But at the end of the day, I don't know if I can sit here as a Lions fan after the first play, right? After the first one, and it got called back, like, kick the extra point, let's go into OT, let's win again. And I'm okay with what he did in the regular season game against Dallas, going for it 2 more times and we lose, like, whatever. But if he did that in the playoffs, now you gotta start thinking, is he all there? Dan Big Balls Campbell. I'm here for it. Oh, I'm here for it. And you know what? And again, this is a really cool thing about the playoff game, is that I'm lucky enough to have contacts. I was able to call and purchase a suite for the Lions game. So I'm going to be able to bring my entire family there, and we're going to watch live for the first time ever, I think, in our lives, literally in our lives, a Lions playoff game at home. Whew. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. So happy that my family gets to come as well. If they can, all they have to do is just take time off. But most of them have already said they're going. So I'm really pumped. So happy to be able to do this for them as well. What would I say to Jared Goff and the whole Lions squad if you were in the huddle before the game? I would say, listen up, boys. You got one game. And one game only. This is all you need right now, baby. This is all you need to worry about this week. This game. Leave it all out there on the court, baby. The court. I know it's a field, but we're going to call it a court for the sake of this speech. Get out there. Leave it all on the field, dude. Don't leave anything left. Give 150%. Win this one for Dan. Win this one for Taylor Decker, who got the false call. Win this one to prove Brad Allen's the worst ref in the NFL and should be officiating. Unless he's been fined or fired. He should be freaking refereeing Little League. Do this one. Fuel all that anger you guys felt from that bad call. Crush the Packers or the Rams or whoever you're about to play. And play out of your minds. Once you think you've given it all, give a little more. I love you guys. Win or lose, baby. NFC division, NFC North champs. We're breaking records, baby. Lions on 3. 1, 2, 3, Lions. That's what I'd say, dude. I'd stare at Jared Goff right in the eye and I would say, listen, bro. Maybe scramble a yard or 2. maybe scramble just a little. I don't know if you guys have been watching. I watch every single Lions game. Top to bottom. Hi, honey. Oh, thanks for the call. What do you do? I'm recording my podcast. You want to say hello?
Hi, everybody.
I wonder if they're going to put that in there. I love you. I would look at Jared Goff. If you guys have been watching, I'll watch every single Lions game, top to bottom. He's been a little bit more mobile, dude. He's been kind of moving around a little, dude. Has he been running? No. Has he been sliding? No. But has he been kind of like dodging and moving in the pocket a little bit, dude? Yeah. I'm excited. Maybe he listens, dude. Not only has he been on the show, shout out to my boy, J-Rod Goof, dude. He'll fuck you up on Sunday and then do your taxes on Monday, baby. Not only was he on the show, maybe he listens. Maybe he listens to my sports show too, which I highly doubt anyone on the Lions listens to, because we are very honest about how we feel. And we're emotional. I'm incredibly emotional when I talk about my Lions, like in the heat of the moment, right? Especially when I talk about my brothers, because we're all Lions fans. So, the seriousness comes out. But at the end of the day, I think Goff can do it. He's taken his team to a Super Bowl before. Did he win one? No. But now's the time. now is the time. This is the last little tidbit. What is our Super Bowl potential? I'm going to be completely honest with you. With how our defense showed up against Dallas, one of the best offenses in the NFL, at home, right? Away. Like we were away. We're at home at Dallas for them. Our offense wasn't even firing on all cylinders. And we just got key defensive players back for the rest of the season. Dude, I think we can do it. I think we can make it. I think we could beat the Niners. I think we could beat Dallas at home if we win our first game, if that's who we play next. I think we could crush any other team. I really do think we could beat any team right now in the playoffs on both sides, by the way. On both sides. Obviously, there'll be some difficult matchups, but I think we could do it. And then if we just play out of our minds and can shut down McCaffrey and the Niners, get pressure on Purdy, because he's not very good when he has pressure on him, right? He struggles. We have to contain him because he obviously knows how to scramble very well. I think we could come out with a win against the Niners, and then we would need. And this, I'm being completely honest here. All right, I don't want any delusional tweets after when this goes live. I really do think, because it's any given Sunday, any team can win. I think that the Lions can win. I think that we can get to the Super Bowl, and then realistically, I think the Ravens beat us 50-5. Somehow we'll get a safety and a field goal. But any given Sunday, baby, imagine that we just play the best football of our lives. And Lamar is just not 100%. Maybe he's 99% Lamar Jackson, which is probably all he needs to beat us anyways, because we've played them once before and it wasn't pretty. But boy, howdy. I mean, if we even win, I don't even care, bro. If we win a single playoff game, I will be happy as a Lions fan. We have such a young, healthy team, and we're only going to get scarier. So if anyone's listening, I highly doubt it, but if anyone on the Lions listens to this before the Super Bowl, before the playoff game, before the second playoff game, whatever, I love you guys. Congratulations, man. And you've made Detroit proud. You've made me and my brothers proud. My dad is now, he's back. My dad's back. He hung up his Bears jersey. For those who don't know, he was a Lions fan. He was the reason that my brother John became a Lions fan when we were young, and that me and my brothers are Lions fans. He switched to the Bears because he didn't like what the Lions were doing. Like, not just their team, obviously, but like even higher up, the GMs, owners. He just didn't like it. He didn't like that they made Barry Sanders retire early. He didn't like that they made Calvin retire early. He's seen what Dan Campbell's done. He's seen what that we're changing, and he's back with the boys. He's back with his boys. So shout out to my dad, Chuck. Love you. This is just something special, man. So let's go. NFC champs.
AFK with Ninja. We're going AFK with Ninja. What's he gonna say?
Moving on. The Ninja New Year's recap. The main event, if you will. By the way, I'm pretty sure I made the Lions the main event, but who cares? Explain how your New Year's was, Mr. Ninja. For those of you who don't know, ladies and gentlemen out there listening, the last time we did Ninja New Year's was a long time ago. It was back in 2018. Ninja New Year's. Yeah, 2018. It was 2018. It was in New York. And it was very much like just a lot of Fortnite and a lot of gaming with the boys and then flossing, right, in New York. Big L. But all in all, very cool. Everyone loved it. It was a very cool vibe. We had so many friends and family and content creators show up for the first one. It was beautiful, despite the flossing. This year, 2023, so I guess last year. No, but seriously, last year, we hosted this event in Dallas. It was me, Tim, the crew, Cloaksy. We went to go watch the Dallas Lions game in person, and then we hosted Ninja New Year's. This event was way more scripted, right? Like, we started off with a podcast with me, Legion, Basically I Do Work, and Dr. Lupo. Shout out to those three for helping me get through pretty much the entire night. And my, bearded Blevins, my brother, Chris, Tim, just love you guys so much. It would not have been the same without you there. I'm very much reflecting that, if my friends didn't come and show up, that would have been a very awkward New Year's. Legitimately, it wasn't very last minute. We planned it a couple months leading up to it, but we had a lot. I'm not going to say any names. I think I've talked about it on stream before. but we had a lot of people cancel last minute, which is very, sad. And I was like, actually, I had like a mini panic attack for a minute where I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, what if no one shows up? And it's just me and like, my family and a bunch of, workers who are, recording, and they're the ones behind the camera and production. And, we're just hosting this event. It was like an epiphany of like, oh, holy shit. Could have been scary, but it wasn't. My boys, my day ones, they showed up. We had an absolute blast. We hosted it on my channel, and we streamed from 6 to midnight, and it was so much fun. So if you didn't check it out, I'm pretty sure we have it up. There's a VOD on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm sure that you can just go and watch the whole thing. So Ninjaneers, it was awesome. We threw yet again an epic Ninjaneers. For those who don't know, I already explained that. We just kind of have fun. We host, we just hang out with the boys. We played some beer pong. Well, we called it pong because, it was sponsors were sponsoring it, so we couldn't call it beer pong. And we didn't drink beer during it, naturally, because beer pong itself is actually disgusting. All the balls rolling around on the ground, and all the hair getting all over it, and then you put it in the cups and you drink the beer. Like, what were we thinking in college, man? Like, literally, I've actually played beer pong before, like legitimate beer pong. What was I thinking? I always got sick the next day, too. Shocker. But what inspired the concept and production for this year's Ninjaneers? Well, it was quite simple. We was talking with Game Square and the guys, the crew, and we wanted to do something special with, like hosted by Game Square and just like, adding another notch to the belt of what the production can do and what their team can do. And this is what we talked about this at the beginning of 2023, right? After I signed on with them. And one of the things we brought up that we really liked that I was like, why haven't we done this again? Was Ninjaneers. I was like, dude, why are we not doing this every year? Like, I've missed out on 5 years. Like, guys, I missed out on 5 years. I should have done it in 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Like, I should have been doing this every year, and it should have kept getting bigger and better. A big L. Like in hindsight, right, a lot of people ask me, what are mistakes you've made, things you regret? There are little things here and there, but one of them is definitely, looking back at it, is definitely not taking advantage of the hype of 2018 Engineers and like memeing my flossing for the next 5 years and making it bigger and better, right? Definitely a mistake. Excited that this year it went really well. We had great viewership. It was definitely enough for me to be happy about it, right? And I think it can get even bigger and better next year. We have some pretty interesting ideas. I already hopped on a call with my assistant Andre and Jess, just kind of spitballed like what it could look like. And I think we're gonna get back a little bit more to the roots, right? Like at the end of the day, a lot of things need to be evolved around Fortnite, because that's just that's where it all started. At least the early portion, right, of what we're doing. We have some really good ideas. I don't know how much I can share right now at the top of my head. It's going to be a little bit more gaming involved at the start, and almost a little bit more simple, a little less scripted, right, from hour to hour to hour. Because that was, for me, it felt almost like disconnected, right? Like I didn't have like any real time to like hang out with people. It felt like work, and that's okay if it feels like work. I think we just have to find that balance to really come up with the best version of what Ninjaneers could be, which is what we're going to try to do. Yeah, I mean, not reading too much into it. The developing and production process of this past Ninjaneers, again, it was simple. I told Andre what I wanted to do and what I didn't want to do, kind of, and I said, go for it. And, him and the team really just figured everything out last minute. I will say one of the biggest surprises that I was so happy about was, for those of you who don't know, I did a show with Jess called The Gamerhood with State Farm. Nothing goes wrong in the Gamerhood. And Dante, Berlizzi, Christology, and BK were a part of the show for this Ninjaneers, and I was so excited. I actually didn't know. I wanted the whole thing to be a surprise. That's what I wanted, to make it just a little bit more, less script. Literally, like I was saying earlier, as little as scripted as possible. I wanted it to be very like authentic, blah, blah, blah. So I didn't really want to know the majority of stuff that was going on leading up to it. Once I found out that we were doing a State Farm segment and that I was doing it with that crew, like, shout out to those guys. I love them so much. They're some of the funniest content creators out there, especially when they're together. Like, It's like putting all the infinity stones together when we're all just hanging out. I feel like we all just vibe off each other so well. For a second, I thought they were all going to be there in person, and then I really would have shit my pants because that's how much fun I had with them when we were on set for a week filming with them. It was so much fun. But they're developing a production process, truly. Like the production team, shout out to you guys all spending your New Year's with me, right? Producing this. That was incredible. But the developing a process of it really was like, came down, wrote down a bunch of ideas at the beginning of the year, and then kind of just hashed those out with Andre and the crew. And then they just kind of figured it out. So I'm going to be a lot more involved this year. I already have been. I don't want to tease anything too much because we're so early on. It's literally the beginning of January. So I don't want to say and promise things that are going to happen and be there. But you never know. This year's going to be sick. This year's going to be a lot more. We're going to try to make it more involved for the viewers and have some sort of like, event for people to participate in live. That's like very vague, but that's what we're looking at. Check in with you guys 6 months from now about this. And to wrap it up, man, any surprises or last minute audibles? I mean, we had Tim didn't want to be on the podcast at the beginning, so a last minute audible was we swapped in Marcel for Tim, which isn't really too much of it wasn't crazy. I wanted Tim to be as comfortable as possible because I just know that, he was there to have fun. He really wasn't there to work. So that wasn't a big deal. The not seeing enough movement shirts. When everyone came out at the last minute and they were all wearing an I'm not seeing enough movement shirt, and there's even I'm not seeing enough movement hats, that was the biggest surprise and shocker. I was a little upset. I think I was more upset than I was happy, but whatever. I get it. It's a fun meme. Then I had to floss in front of everybody again. They played the music. I mean, I was having flashbacks. Zooming in on my face when I realized that they actually all want me to floss. Horrifying, humidifying, terrifying. But all in all, top to bottom, incredible show, incredible production. Could not have been happier. Talk to us about your mentality when you're hosting. Do you feel chill or stressed or perform a certain type of way? So in the past, this is a great question that my team has kind of cooked up for me here. In the past, I had like severe anxiety when it's really, 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 really produced, like severe anxiety, kind of like Ninja Vegas. Like when I had to walk down, okay. So once I learned that I was only going to be talking to my stream, really, I like relaxed an immense amount. Right. Someone told me, I don't remember who it was. I think it was Legion or Marcel or something. Maybe it was Ben. I don't even know who it was. It was someone. They just said, like, you're just talking. It's just a stream. It's just a stream. And it really was just a stream. Like, I didn't have an audience in front of me. In Vegas, I had an audience in front of me, right? In Vegas, I had to like walk down these steps. I got insured in by Ben and Courage, by Ben and Jack. And I'm sitting there. There's people, there's spectators there, tournament players, right? Participants are there. And I'm sitting here having to like rift. I don't have a cue card. I don't have cue cards in front of me. I don't have a screen I'm reading. And it was horrifying. But in this instance, it was much more relaxing because I really just kind of focused up and realized that like I'm just talking to chat. I'm just talking to my stream. I'm not addressing an audience. Like people are comfortable. They're relaxing at home. I am not completely responsible. I'm not completely responsible for the entertainment top to bottom of people that are tuning in. Which was a real, like, that really, I really chilled out because I got into that headspace, right? If people weren't having fun, they could turn off. If people weren't having fun, they could, or they were kind of, I don't know, like, oh, this is kind of weird. I'm going to go get up and get a drink. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to go hang out over here for a second, like in their own house. Like that is what kind of chilled me out for the rest of the entirety of the event. I was super numb emotionally the entire night. I don't know what that was. I think it was just like my way of coping and just trying to like get through it because these types of events, again, at the end of the day, like they are hands down my biggest. I don't know what it is, dude. I think I overhype myself up, man. Right? You guys, it may look like I'm chill. It may look like I'm chill, but I'm not. And after I was so happy and relaxed after it was all said and done. So really happy that it went well, that I was able to just focus up, clutch up, and have a great event. So shout out to a couple creators who were there. I think I already said this, but it's here, so I'm going to say it again. Who were just to hear that have our awesome Ninjineers, Legion, Lupo, Tim, Legion, Lupo, Tim, Marcel, Headshot Chick. Thank you for coming. John, Chris, my mom, my dad. Literally everyone that came. I'm so blessed. I'm surrounded by so many people that love me. And to the people who couldn't make it, thank you guys for saying you were going to come originally. I hope you guys make it next year. And I love you all because, I don't want to get too deep on it, but thank you for coming. It means so much. We're going to finish this off with where does 2023 rank for me? We're going to finish this off because it's kind of touched on everything else that's here. I think that 2023, fun fact, was financially my worst year since I've started streaming. Almost. In the last 10 years. For those of you who don't know, I streamed the entire year pretty much, besides the last month or two, for free. I made no money on Twitch and I made, almost nothing on YouTube because I was trying to, my goal was to get Twitch to rethink their terms of service. Truly, my goal was to get Twitch to rethink the terms of service to allow people to stream everywhere and make money and be partnered at Twitch at the same time. So you can be live on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and Kick and whatever, and still be a partner. And here we are. I don't want to say that I'm not that vain to say that they did this because of me. I would like to think that I was a part of it. I will say that. But here we are, fast forward, end of the year. Twitch has changed their TOS and you are now allowed to stream everywhere and be partnered and make ad revenue and subscription revenue on Twitch. So 2023 financially, one of my worst years. Well, one of my worst years. But in terms of what we accomplished, I couldn't be happier. This is going to change creators. This is going to change the amount of money that creators can make for the rest of their lives. And this affects all creators, small, medium, large. There's the most important thing in a space like this is options and to not be limited. And I would say that we've accomplished that. So, 2023 ranks pretty high up there. I would say 2018 is number one in the last 5 years, 2018 number one, and then 2023 right there behind it. Very excited, very blessed. And that's it. That summarinos it up. So thank you all for tuning in to the very first episode, 2024, the solo episode recording of AFK with Ninja. I hope you all had a wonderful year. I hope that you guys all have a wonderful year this year. I am doing, and just ending it on this note, I'm participating in dry January, right? No alcohol, no nothing, right? I'm also cutting out sweets. This may extend into more months. At the end of the day, everything in moderation. Yeah, I'll end it on that. Happy New Year's, everyone. Thank you for listening, and I will see you all next time.
It's AFK with Ninja. Ninja's got a show. It's